Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Thank you, Matthew. Here's hoping there is no echo. I have no idea what happened with yesterday's podcast. I do a test run now. First thing to make sure it doesn't sound echoey, and I did my test run. Everything sounded good. And then after I did a 35-minute show, it turned out to sound echoey. So I wasn't about to do it again. So thank you for dealing with the echo. I just did a bunch of test runs, and a lot of them came up echoey. This last time it did not, so I've got my fingers crossed. We're working through these bugs and technicalities together. We're in this together. I'm in pain. You're in pain. I'm sorry. That's just the way it's got to be. So it is Cocktail Friday. So exciting. We made it. We made it to the weekend. Now, I am actually doing this on Thursday, so it's just making me want a cocktail even more, and it's not time for me to have a cocktail. Because like I was saying yesterday, I am very torn between whether I want to give myself off on Fridays or if I want to continue delivering my message to you on Fridays, because daily really does mean Monday through Friday. So I thought I would compromise. I would write my blog post, and I would cover my blog post, that is, without actually doing an entire show. So this is Cocktail Friday, and I am going to just focus on my blog for today, and hopefully this will help you set yourself up for a fantastic weekend. Today's blog post is titled, "It's Ultimately Up to You." I posted a picture that says there is only one person responsible for where you are today and where you'll be tomorrow. And that's all it says, because you're supposed to go, okay, yeah, that's me. That person must be me. Yes, that person is you. 100%. So when it comes to how you're treating yourself and how people are treating you, it is ultimately up to you. You have to be the one to talk to yourself in kind, confident ways. You have to let people know that they can't treat you in ways that you dislike. Now, I know that this is all easier said than done, and we all try to avoid confrontation at all costs. Maybe I seem like a kind of person to you that is not afraid of confrontation. I've had people tell me that in the past. I detest confrontation. I get all jittery. My heart starts racing. I don't want to be in a confrontation with anybody. I certainly don't want to be in a position where somebody can be in a physical altercation with me, and, you know, that it could lead to something like that. And we're all adults here. We shouldn't be in those types of positions anymore. But you just don't know people. People are crazy in this day and age. Just crazy. So I'm afraid of confrontation just like you. But here is the thing. If someone is making you feel uncomfortable, and you explain to them in a calm, rational manner that you don't like it, then that should be a conversation that you can handle, that they can handle. If you don't stop it, no one else is going to. You have to do this yourself, no matter how afraid you are. You have to be the one to make changes in your life. You're the one that has to want to do them. So stop making excuses for yourself and get off your excuse caboose. I'm going to give my friend Jen credit for that in the first couple of episodes, but then I'm just flat out stealing it. Jen, thank you for the excuse caboose. Love that little saying. Get off it now. The excuse caboose. Thank you, Jen. So you have to be willing to help yourself. No matter what I say will not make a difference if you don't want to help yourself. I can't do it for you. I wish that I could, and I actually do wish that I could, because I know how scary it can be. But the thing with fear is you have to work through it. You don't just have to. There's no other way. No other way to get where you want to be. Being afraid doesn't make you weak, so being afraid is just part of the process. Being afraid and doing it anyway, that's what makes you brave. That's what makes you courageous. So once you get past that huge, frightening hurdle, you will feel so good about yourself and empowered and realize it wasn't really as hard as you thought it was going to be, it will make you keep wanting to do it. Trust me on this. If you can commit to listening to me or reading my blogs daily, I will do all I can to keep you motivated and on the right track. There is nothing better than a daily dose of inspiration and positivity. That is my new little saying. I give you your daily dose of inspiration and positivity. I want to help you every day. Every day, I want to be here to cheer you on, to help you get over all of your hurdles, and to help you live your best possible life. Are you looking to get into better shape? Well, you know what you got to do. You got to get off the couch and you got to start getting into shape. You say you don't have the time. Well, can you get up an hour earlier and do a workout routine at home before work? Can you afford $10 a month at a Planet Fitness? Can you squeeze in that workout before work? After work? Maybe after dinner? If the answer to all of these questions is no, then can you do it on the weekends? Just one day on the weekend, maybe. You have to do something to get started. If your answer is no to all of the above questions, then you're just making excuses. The sooner you get started, the quicker that your results will show and the more motivation you will have to continue. Sometimes you will have to force yourself. I still have to force myself. I'm very anti-gym workout right now. I don't know why. I just don't feel like doing it. I just don't feel like it. And I was on such a really good roll before I went to visit my sister. I even took 2 workout outfits with me because I was going to work out while I was there. For the whole 4 days I was there, I was going to work out 2 of them. Guess how many times I worked out? Zilch, 0, nada, no times. And it kind of got off the wagon a little bit. But I have to get back. I'm going to have to force myself back. And then I will start to feel good again because I felt so good and so strong and so empowered. And that's why I was on such a good roll right before I left to visit my sister. I was actually almost enjoying my workouts. Like I said, I was focusing on how strong my body was and how I was able to do all the things I was asking it to do. And I can't quit now. I'm actually seeing results. It is working. Now would be the absolute worst time to give up. So I hope you can get started so I can urge you through the crossroad I am at right now. I will get back to it. I promise. And I want to help you get to where you want to go as well. Do you need some carve some time out for reflection and to maybe brainstorm on what you really want out of life? Then do it. Find the time for it. Whenever you have some quiet moments to yourself. Get up early before the kids and the hustle of the day starts, or if you prefer, do it at night after everyone goes to bed. I personally prefer mornings because it's peaceful. I love the optimism of a brand new day full of opportunity. I am an early bird, though. I am at my best in the morning. At night, I'm kind of falling asleep on the couch, and then I just want to drag my butt to bed. But do it whenever you can. The time that you actually sit down and just let your thoughts roam. Do you feel like something is missing in your life? These quiet moments will lead you to what that is. Think about what brings you the most joy and start to figure out how you can get more of it, how you can get the most of it. Again, why I moved to the Jersey Shore. My life was so good when I lived at the Jersey Shore. I just thrived here. So my goal was to get back here. I gave up everything else. I gave up my career in radio. Now, I did get back to it, and I'm out of it again, but I may get back to it. I decided that was my top priority. I was very lucky, and my husband was with me on that. We decided on this together. We were going to pursue this, and we have it. We have our house so far, every mortgage payment paid so far. So, you have to figure out what is most important for you. I never thought there would come a day where I would give up radio for anything or anybody. And I gave it up to live in my happy place. And then it was led back to me. So once you get to that happy place, I can't stress this enough, other happy things will happen for you, to you. Life will get better and better. If you're not in a good place right now, it is only temporary. Everything is temporary, including the good times. Like I have mentioned before, when I was, living here just 2 months ago, the greatest husband, I have the greatest house and the greatest location. I have awesome friends. I had a job that I loved. Bam, lost my job. Yep, sometimes we can't have it all, but it's the way you get up and bounce back that matters. The only thing we can count on is change. It is up to you to decide where you are going next. Like I have said a million times, I could still be sitting in my bed licking my wounds, feeling very sorry for myself for the fact that I lost my job, because I don't think that I did anything, in my opinion, to cause the loss of this job. I have a couple of scenarios as to why this happened, and it's completely unfair in my opinion. But instead of sitting around feeling sorry for myself, I started to do something that's going to point my life in a positive direction that hopefully will take me somewhere I've never been before. And I want to take you guys with me. I want to help you. I want to be your daily dose of inspiration and positivity. I just love that. So you have to decide what you want to do next. This is your decision. And of course, maybe your spouse and the kids as well. But you have to ultimately do what is best for you. I'm not saying you abandon your spouse and your kids if they don't support you and where you want to go next. That's not what I'm saying. But maybe you will have to devote a little less time to them to pursue what you want. Is it a hobby? Is it a place to live? That kind of is like a group decision. But is it just, doing more of something that you love? Is it finding another job? Is it going into a whole different career? You can do it. You have to do it on your own, though, in order to create your best life. You have to be your biggest cheerleader along with me. So if you need a little more time to figure it out, make sure you give yourself that time. Carve it out. Do you know what you want to do and you aren't sure how to get there? Look it up online. You can ask the Google. I affectionately call it the Google. I know that is wrong. I think it's cute. We can ask the Google anything we want at this point. We live in a world where all the information we've ever wanted to know is literally at our fingertips. One of the things that somebody in my last job used to say, which gave me a chuckle all the time, and it actually makes me a little pained right now to say it, but it was whenever we would be trying to figure something out in a meeting, this person would say, if only there was a device where we could look that up on. Yes, obviously being very facetious. But yes, we can look up anything. You can ask people who have maybe charted the path you're on. Read about them. Talk to them if possible. Follow them on social media. You guys should know by now. Oprah. Love my Oprah. She is my spiritual guru. I try to get as much information from her as possible, including following her on social media, getting her magazine. I don't really get the magazine anymore. I just stopped being a magazine reader. Even when I got it, I had a subscription to it. I never read it just because it's not just that magazine. It's anything. InStyle magazine, another one of my favorites. I just don't devote the time to it anymore. I'm not sure why, but I finally stopped getting it because I was tired of wasting my money. But if I'm in a magazine reading mood, I will definitely pick up a copy of Oprah. I buy most of the books that she comes out with. I used to watch her show faithfully, and I still miss it all the time. But right now, I'm very into Rachel Hollis. She's the author of Girl Stop Apologizing, and I love that book. I just ordered my own copy. Now, I read it through the library first, decided it was something that I wanted my own copy of, and I will dig into that as soon as I get it and start highlighting all of the points that I want to concentrate on. This is how it's done. Explore, search, discover, digest. You have to be the one to do this work, though. You have to be the one to find the time to do it. Take away from your TV viewing time. The great thing about giving up some television is you realize how little value it actually brings to your life. I'm not saying giving up television completely is the way to go. I could not give up my television. There's nothing wrong with having a few favorite shows you watch on a weekly basis. But what I don't want you to do is sit in front of the TV for hours on end. This is what I've done in the past. This is what I still do from time to time. I still have a bit of time on my hands. I get done my work and such pretty early, so I do have a lot of time in the wintertime especially to sit around and watch TV, and I watch those stupid court shows all day long. There are court shows on from 10